On this episode of O'Fallon Matters, see how O'Fallon's dedicated detective bureau fights local crime. Find out how students in the Fort Zumwalt School District are learning to be better digital citizens, and discover an O'Fallon police program that strives to keep businesses safe. All this and more next on O'Fallon Matters. Welcome to this episode of O'Fallon Matters. Local students recently got an inside look at the world of manufacturing, and some of them even discovered an interesting career possibility. Joe Meyer is here with more on Manufacturing Day 2016.
Over the years, the manufacturing industry has seen many trends, but in the last couple of years, it has been struggling more and more to find a qualified workforce, and with the baby boomers set to retire in the next 5 years, that struggle will only increase. And that's why St. Charles County hosted Manufacturing Day at the St. Charles Community College. Manufacturing Day is a national effort to promote manufacturing with local communities.
Manufacturing is still a very important segment of our economy. We have a large number of manufacturers in the city of O'Fallon, and with that, they are looking at their opportunity to meet the challenges of the future in terms of workforce and having skilled, flexible labor. Manufacturing Day provides them an opportunity to connect with children, kids, high schoolers who are considering manufacturing as a career option. Tell them about what is available, what the kind of expectations are in the area of manufacturing, address some perceptions that they may have about manufacturing that need to be addressed, and from that opportunity to work with them towards building a career path towards the manufacturing sector.
Students started the day in the auditorium where they were greeted with exceptional speeches from successful St. Charles County manufacturers. After the presentations ended, groups of eager students broke out into classrooms to learn more about the world of manufacturing. In fact, students were introduced to 3D printing, advanced timekeeping systems, and other amazing trends in manufacturing. Manufacturing Day was also a chance for local companies like O'Fallon Casting to showcase their business to students with future aspirations of a career in high-tech manufacturing.
We here at O'Fallon Casting really are pushing the growth of technology and the leaping forward of our process, and it's really important for the young students to really get into the science and technology aspects, and not necessarily something that's dealing with a computer, but something hands-on like what we do at O'Fallon. So we really want to encourage kids to foster that growth in them.
After the students finished up with workshops, they headed into the gymnasium where they explored different exhibits from manufacturers located in St. Charles County. As students browsed the floor, their curiosity took over as they visited each booth.
I've learned that manufacturing in our area is it's more common than I thought, and it actually pays very well. I didn't know that, and I actually learned a lot about manufacturing today.
They said that Nike was like a manufacturing company, and I never really knew that. I thought they were just shoes, and they have to manufacture shoes, so I was thinking like maybe I could make some shoes or something, design my own pair of shoes, so I was interested in that.
The future of manufacturing in St. Charles County and the city of O'Fallon is bright.
I think manufacturing looks good. We're a growing company. There's a lot of opportunity for growth within our field, within a lot of the fields. A lot of the representatives here are in growing industries, and there's certainly a lot of promise for manufacturing in our area.
We understand the importance of manufacturing in our community and continue to support the companies that create manufacturing jobs in our community. And so from that standpoint, we are looking to help build long-term on this particular effort and support from a county-wide basis the importance of manufacturing.
and it's important that we continue to mentor local students so they can be future leaders in manufacturing.
Setting students up for future success are what programs like Manufacturing Day are all about. Now in O'Fallon Matters, criminals don't tend to stick around the scene of a crime, but when they try to run, this O'Fallon Police Division is there to catch them. Brett Figgis is here to take us inside the O'Fallon Criminal Investigations Division.
O'Fallon is nationally recognized as one of the safest cities in the entire country, and much of the credit belongs with our police department. The men and women of the O'Fallon PD work tirelessly to police our community, and criminals don't stand a chance when our officers are called in. Here in O'Fallon, our officers can better use their talents in a number of specialized roles. Some officers will join the county SWAT team and work to defuse tense situations. Others will become school resource officers, serving as mentors and role models for our students. Still others are paired with a four-legged partner to hunt for drugs and suspects. But today, we'll be diving into the world of criminal investigation, where detectives work to solve O'Fallon's various crimes. Commonly known as the Detective Bureau, these detectives work hand-in-hand with our other police divisions, and many of their cases come from follow-up investigations initiated by our patrol officers.
Usually the patrol division takes the initial report on the road. They work the cases as far as they can. The cases are then forwarded to the Detective Bureau, and a supervisor back here assigns those cases out to an individual detective. In my case, I usually deal with burglary, stealings, property damages, stuff like that.
We have the resources to investigate crimes that the patrol division can't. They have to be call responsive, so they can only allot a certain amount of time to investigate any particular crime. Where we are generally not call responsive, we can devote our time to making sure that every crime is investigated thoroughly.
The O'Fallon Criminal Investigation Division is staffed by 16 detectives, with another 5 dedicated to specialized task forces. And being a detective is a job that requires a special frame of mind.
It takes a lot of hard work, determination, and patience.
Self-motivation, dedication. You have to be extremely knowledgeable. A lot of what we do, we're able to develop leads by working with other agencies, other detectives.
Because a lot of these other guys have been here a long time and they have good ideas, and you kind of incorporate all those ideas toward your own style and work the cases to the best of your ability.
Our detectives fill an important role in the O'Fallon Police Department, and the assistance they provide to every other division is invaluable. But regardless of the case, you can bet that no stone will be left unturned when our detectives are on the case.
Every case that is assigned to me, I investigate methodically. I always make sure that all my bases are covered. That way I don't miss something while I'm investigating that crime. So basically my approach is to be methodical, just to make sure that everything gets done that should be done.
The thing you have to remember is we all work as a team. We're all here to have one goal, and that's to prevent crime. And the way I look at it is I work with those individuals as patrol officers, school resource officers. We all are one cohesive unit, and when they forward those cases back here, we work those cases just like we work any other case.
Remember, if you need help from the O'Fallon Police Department, you can always call our non-emergency line by dialing 636-240-3200. If it's an emergency, don't hesitate and call 911 immediately. And if your case is assigned to an O'Fallon detective, you can rest easy knowing that these professionals are on the job.
Thanks to all of O'Fallon's police officers and investigators for risking their lives every day to ensure our city is one of the safest in Missouri. Now recently, I was privileged to be on hand for a donation given to the O'Fallon Firefighters Community Outreach Program, which will go a long way in fulfilling their mission. It probably comes as no surprise that fighting fires takes fuel, and for many firefighters, like many Americans, that fuel in the morning is coffee. Now the folks here at the O'Fallon Fire Protection District just got their morning coffee with an extra bonus.
Coffee for a firefighter is the natural medium that starts every morning. That's what brings everybody together at shift change at the kitchen table. Crews that are going off duty sit down in the morning, have their coffee. The crew that's coming on in the morning sits there and they have their coffee, and the information that's happened for the last 24 or 48 hours is shared that morning over a cup of coffee.
That coffee got a dose of sweetener when Folgers Perfect Measures got in touch with a local resident.
Well, Folgers reached out to me. Folgers Perfect Measures reached out to me as a longtime brand representative. They reached out. They wanted to, in addition to brightening mornings, they wanted to honor local heroes. And being a resident, a longtime resident of O'Fallon, and knowing the work and goodness that the O'Fallon Fire Protection District does, I thought that they would be a perfect match for this.
So the initial phone call was, hey, it's National Coffee Day. Would you like to participate? And we were thrilled, of course. We're going to have coffee and breakfast, and then they informed us that there would be a donation and coffee for a year, and the event just kept seeming better and better to the district. And when they let us know that they were going to give us a $10,000 donation for our outreach group, we were thrilled, and we just cannot thank them enough for what they're doing for this community.
So, to sum up, Folgers gave the O'Fallon Fire Protection District an honorary event with breakfast, free Folgers Perfect Measures coffee for a year, and a $10,000 donation to the district's community outreach group.
The community outreach group is a group of firefighters here at O'Fallon that specifically looks to help individuals in need in our district. We have a focus primarily on children, but we are willing to help all residents that have any sort of special need. And this particular donation is really going to help us accomplish our mission this year.
I think that as average citizens, we take our fire department for granted. But when we need them, they're there in the blink of an eye. So when Folgers Perfect Measures reached out and said, who are local heroes, it was easy for me to look at my hometown, look at O'Fallon, and say, the O'Fallon Fire Protection District is a perfect match.
For more on the district's community outreach group and the work they do, contact the O'Fallon Fire Protection District. The Fort Zumwalt School District is taking their message of positive digital citizenship directly into the classroom. Joe Meyer is here with more on how the district is creating responsible cyber citizens.
Children these days are exposed to several different social media sites. Your child may use Twitter, Facebook, or even Snapchat. How can we keep our kids safe while using these apps and also teach them to be good digital citizens? Well, the Fort Zumwalt School District recently answered the call by taking time out of a busy curriculum to emphasize smart, safe choices online during Digital Citizenship Week. In fact, the City of O'Fallon helped kick off Digital Citizenship Week with a proclamation.
Now therefore, I, Bill Hennessy, Mayor and the City Council of the City of O'Fallon, extend congratulations and good wishes to the Fort Zumwalt School District for their efforts to promote Digital Citizenship Week to their students and designate October 17th through the 21st, 2016 to be Digital Citizenship Week in the City of O'Fallon. Dr. DeBray.
Now the City of O'Fallon and the County of St. Charles all have supported this, and we think it'll be an annual affair that will help us teach kids to be better citizens on social network sites. So thanks very much for everybody. Thank you.
Students in all grades spent the week learning daily themes. Some of these themes included protecting your identity, practicing good ethics, and understanding digital footprints.
It's a challenge they face throughout the entire day, the entire night. It's everywhere for our children, and it's something that the more we can educate them, the more they can work on understanding the concepts, understanding what it means to be a good digital citizen. When they can understand that, they know what it means to be a good digital citizen, they can move forward with progress toward that.
And one of the days, I had a chance to catch up with a group of 6th graders at North Middle School while they learned how to better manage their digital footprint.
So, is it bad to have a digital footprint? No, we all have a digital footprint. That's okay.
Sometimes what people portray as their persona can be very different than their actual persona online. And that's what they're looking at. And the kids have done a great job investigating those and looking at what's real and what's not real.
You guys were great investigators.
We looked at 2 people that had like profiles and how they were faking what they were, and we got to see that basically anybody can get a hold of your information.
I think it's important to be a digital citizen so you can post stuff on the web that you know what can happen for the causes of it.
Oh, so the dates are not adding up. Okay.
At Pheasant Point Elementary, first graders listened to a story that helped them understand how to protect their private information at an early age. Other students were taking an online quiz to test their social media decision-making skills. Students also took part in several contests, including video and poster contests throughout the district. But in the end, the goal was to promote good digital citizens who can help protect their privacy, respect one another, and use credible sources in the pursuit of academic success.
In a general overview, we want the students to understand, and we want them to be able to put it all together so they can in fact make effective and positive decisions when they are online.
If you would like more information on being a better digital citizen, you can go to www.commonsensemedia.org.
Now in O'Fallon Matters, let's check in with O'Fallon's Police Department to find out how one of their flagship programs is keeping businesses safe through education and outreach.
The O'Fallon Police Department invites businesses to participate in the Business Watch program. Similar to Neighborhood Watch, where neighbors keep an eye out for neighbors, businesses are encouraged to keep an eye out for each other and report suspicious activity. Overseeing this program is Officer Jake Knoffel.
As part of Business Watch, it's a program that we ask the businesses to take part in. We don't ask them to sign up, there's no fees or anything associated to the program, but we just ask them to take part in the concept of the program, just like its Neighborhood Watch is. So we ask them to keep an eye out for the neighboring businesses, but as part of that, I also offer them training solutions to problems they may have, if it be shoplifting, robbery prevention. More specifically, that's done for the banks in town. But I put on a presentation from them using statistics from the FBI for previous years, kind of break down the times of days of the week and such where they really need to keep an eye on. And then overall, I give the businesses tips and tricks on how to keep their business itself secure, their information secure, and their employees safe. Overall, in Business Watch, we try to just create a safe environment for the employees, the businesses, and any patrons that come into the business through the program, given the different safety aspects and features that I would train them on or just give them information on. Another part of the Business Watch program is a Lock It or Lose It campaign that has been started this year. People may see around town, or the businesses may see around town, yard signs that say "Lock It, Don't Lose It." That whole concept is encouraging patrons of businesses to keep their valuables locked up in their vehicles and out of sight, so the prying eyes of the criminals do not get a hold of it. We ask them to secure valuables in their trunks and just keep the doors locked, windows up when they're inside a business. A business owner to be involved is simply contacting me or contacting the police department. They can get information through the police department website, OFallon.mo.us/PD or police department, and give them a brief overview of the program. My email address is jknofel, Knopfel, @OFallon.mo.us, or I can be reached at 636-379-5421, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. The better participation we have in the program, the better outcome we have overall as a police department, as citizens, and as businesses in the city. Keeps crime stats down, and it makes everybody feel a little more comfortable as they're shopping around town.
Veterans in O'Fallon will forever be remembered, thanks to one man's dream.
Ralph Borelli, a World War II veteran, made it his mission to open the first Veterans Museum in St. Charles County. The city of O'Fallon is excited to be a part of the first Veterans Museum that will be located in downtown O'Fallon on East Elm Street in the Civic Annex building.
It's a fulfillment of something that is badly needed in St. Charles County, because without a museum, where's your history? There's no history without a museum. Like everything else, if you don't have something like that, well, it's lost.
Ralph has so much to share, having served in World War II. He fought in the Battle of the Bulge, and his Army unit was one of the first to enter Dachau. The thought of having a museum and being able to share his experiences means a lot to him.
Well, it makes me feel like it's worthwhile to have a museum, because if people come and appreciate what we have, that's what it's all about. It does mean a lot to the veterans, period, because this way they can bring their stuff in there and be there for all time. Whatever they bring, letters or whatever it is, it's something that happened to them, they lived it and everything, and it'll be a wonderful thing, wonderful.
Now that the building has been selected, the next challenge is finding items for the museum.
In about 2 to 3 months after we find a storage place with good air quality control, we'll be asking for donations. We have a couple members on our board that will be dealing with all the donations. We'll be going around to all the different veterans committees, the AMVETs, the VFWs, the public, and we'll be asking for donations. I'm real excited. Can't wait to get some of the younger generation in there, show them some things, explain a few of the things to them about the veterans, what the veterans have done, what they stand for. Read some of the stories from of the veterans' letters. We're going to try to have a variety of things.
Ralph's mission to have our veterans honored started back in the 90s when he realized that there wasn't much of anything in St. Charles County. So he had an idea, which led to the renaming of the outer road in St. Charles to Veterans Memorial Parkway. He is also credited with spearheading the Veterans Memorial Park in Lake St. Louis, both of which he is really proud of.
Well, I am excited because actually I don't know if I'll have anything else to do, and if this is my last hurrah idea, whatever, and I hope it stays forever and ever.
If you would like to make a donation or for more information, give John Roth a call at 636-696-5517.
Thanks for joining us today. If you have a good story idea, let us know. You can email us at OFallonTV@OFallon.mo.us. Please remember, give back to your community, because O'Fallon matters to all of us.